Want to do amazing plays like this? Or rise in the ranked ladder? Then look no further. Book a coaching session with Raza now. Just visit his site, dotarollercoaster.com.
You have Pango and Invoker versus Omni Knight and Phantom Assassin. Now, do you think that's a good matchup or a bad matchup?
To me, I think it's a bad matchup because I'm not really killing the PA ever because of Omni Knight. So my plan for this lane is just to survive and get as much out of the lane as possible.
Yeah, I think that, Pango actually has a lot of damage, but at the same time, he doesn't have a lot of damage in a weird way. The question is, in my mind, do you get like shot or do you not get like shot? That's totally up to you. And it has to do if this guy had Blightstone, maybe like shot had a lot of, a lot of sense. But I like your items generally a lot. I like them a lot. I like the Blightstone, the armor. Probably, that's good. Yeah, the armor is kind of good. It would be great, if you were to play versus something like a Dazzle. It would make a lot because I don't really see what you're gonna do with this Ring of Protection. It would make more sense to go for something like maybe some stats. You go for a Race Band or something later on to just get the armor out from there. You go for Wand, and I'm not really thrilled of one. I don't see how it's going to how you're gonna use 15 or 20 charges, you know what I mean, while you can use this off cooldown. And I know that there's some kind of pandemia with starting items 1 and 3 branches, but I don't really encourage this type of idea. I think that if you go for something like stats, for example, or maybe get a Orb of Corrosion would be really good, because I think it's really good here, since these guys might die, Ruby quite squeezy, Keeper of the Light kind of squeezy as a hero, so you can definitely benefit from that.
Yeah, for me, I think buying one was kind of a slot efficiency thing. I'm not sure if this is a valid reason, because
It's not.
in my mind I was going to build maybe Orb of Corrosion, and then I buy boots, and maybe a Wraith Band.
Okay.
So in the end, I'm going to end up with like a branch in my backpack. And then
Let me help you a little bit, right? Allow me. Orb of Corrosion is a mid-game item, right? It's good in the mid-game. But the individual components, like the Blightstone and the Orb of Venom, are laning stage items, right? So by taking Wand, you delay one of your laning stage items, like Orb of Venom or Blightstone.
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but let's say I buy the Blightstone and Orb of Venom, then I kind of don't have space, right, in my inventory.
Yeah, that can be a thing. You're right, that can be a thing. But you also have one slot here. Worst case scenario, you will eat one of your tangos with one of your brands with tango. You can do that, and then you'll just 50 gold. It's not that big of a deal. Worst case scenario, you just put it out there. The moment you have this problem, then you solve it. You don't try to solve it, because if all of a sudden you just buy one, you have 3 slots that are uncontested.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. The first thing that you want to see is if this guy has something like Orb of Venom. If this guy has Orb of Venom, he wants to play aggressive. If you have this type of items, that means he just wants to baby PA. So you can play a little bit more aggressive, because this is an indicator if he wants to play aggressive or not. And this is like pretty passive as an item, If he had, for example, an Orb of Venom, then that would be a problem. Orb of Venom on PA is fine, but I like that C gets to have the Orb of Venom, because C is the only threat to the lane, right? All of a sudden, I don't have to worry about an Omni Knight being here messing around with my Invoker support, right? So instead of being 2-4, so all of a sudden what I'm trying to say is that this is not an issue, if PA has Orb of Venom. Laning stage starts. That's really beautiful. I really want to point this out. That's really beautiful. And if more people could about see.
Stop the range creep from dying.
Yes, you get the aggro here, right? So that's really good mechanic. It took you a while to realize that here. It took you a while to realize that here, but he paid the price. That's some really good laning states here. Well done. I like how you just actually Shield Crush both of them. Nice. Okay, you go for Likeshot here, and I totally agree with you, because you don't have the mana to support Swashbuckle. Okay, that's true, you don't have the mana to support that. But at the same time, what I would suggest is maybe you do go for that, and maybe go for 1-1-1 or 1-2-1.
1-2, okay.
Yeah, Shield Crush, and then Swashbuckle, and then Shield Crush again, and then maybe get Likeshot. And there's why it says that, yes, you don't have the mana to support it, but you do have a PA, so you will have infinite mana by the wand. Right, so maybe you can support that. The problem with the Likeshot right now that I do have is that on a single hit, the moment this guy gets level 3, what are the chances of you hitting him, for example? Right, that's my problem. Really good. I like how you just pressure him. I don't know if you actually procced at all, but I like how you pressure him when he goes for creeps. Yeah, Invoker also followed you. It was really beautiful. Now you go for Orb of Corrosion, which I think it's fine as an item. But honestly, if I were you, because I don't like a lot of small items. I don't like a lot of small items. Generally on many heroes, wand and then one great one and then ring of protection. What I would suggest is just get this diffusal blade and just run down this PL. At this couple. Simplify. I go into the mid game. The lane stage is perfect. I just don't see how the Orb of Corrosion is gonna help you right now. Right? I think it's a great item on Pango. Don't get me wrong. It's a great item on Pango. But if you get something like diffusal blink, and you're one of the best heroes versus Keeper of the Light. You know what I mean? You just blink there. He can't really dag on you because you have the boulder, the rolling thunder, and he can't really do anything. You just diffusal him, and then all of a sudden, Man-Kicking Hammer, they're just gonna throw all of them. So just get boots, maybe get arcane boots, maybe get treads. That's up to you. Just get your diffusal, get your dagger as much as possible. I think you just procrastinate a lot, with these items. Did I convince you?
So in this case, the reason for not going out of corrosion is because it doesn't help me kill them.
There is no return investment.
Yeah,
you put the money. What are you gonna get?
Game item.
Come again?
So in this case, I just go for the mid-game item instead because
just pick up a threads. Pick up a threads because Orb of Corrosion, believe it or not, I'm just gonna show numbers, right? Orb of Corrosion, it's 1k gold, man. It's a lot of gold, I mean, do you see that's 900, and then you go to Diffuser and it's like 2k. It's 2k, right? It's all of a sudden you just understand that it is gold that does matter. You know what I mean? It could be like a javelin, which is not that great on Pango anymore, but it's still a good Pango item, right? You kind of get the idea, and with javelin you can it's really good. Now also Orb of Corrosion would be great if you were to play versus a Crystal Maiden that you're just gonna buzzwalk, or versus anti-mage. It would make sense because low armor heroes that you can just punish them. But PA as a hero, kind of has some fine armor. She's not squishy. She has decent health. She has like 700 health, decent armor. She's not that bad of a laner as she used to be years ago. She kind of got buffed. This is like the biggest mistake I get to see. The biggest mistake I get to see and let's go back a minute, right? This is the biggest mistake I get to see, even on myself. We feel, especially in the middle, for example, in the offlane, we need the feel to pressure them by killing them, right? But now we do have the numbers here on the left, right? But even you in the laning stage understood that the laning stage was going well.
Yeah.
So why do you feel the need to pressure them when you can just do more of what you do right now? Control the creeps, deny as much as possible. She's not really getting anything. 12 CS, 4 minutes in. You don't know that in game, so we're a little bit outcome dependent. But you get inside, you know that it's going well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden you just feel the need to say, I need to push the advantage and just make something happen? You know what I mean? Because all of a sudden, look what's happening. A lot of tower shots. And you get more tower shots. And then right now, Invoker commits, and then you just commit, and you lose a lot of health, a lot of regen, and they could easily kill you. Why do you feel you didn't get... You're under tower, unless you have some like primal base to just stomp them like a dinosaur would do to a small kitty. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? Don't feel the need to actually get them killed. In reality, right now, this Phantom Assassin practically is dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not getting anything.
So by playing the lane the way I was, the Phantom Assassin was as good as dead. So at that point...
Perfect.
So at the point where I was diving tower, what I should have done was just go pull, right? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I think the pull camp is blocked here, right? That's why Invoker couldn't do that. Ideally, the way to win the offlane, side pull, lane is gonna get down here, create a safe lane situation. You don't let them pull, lane is won. Simple as that, right? How to win offlane in 3 words: side pull and just make a safe lane situation over here. Okay, that's all.
Okay.
This is how you win, if more position 4 knew that, right? There you go. Also, I like Silk Cross a little bit more, honestly. I think it's just more mana efficient, whereas Swashbuckle would be good versus Antimate CM, for example. But versus these heroes, it's more of a skill shot, while versus double melee, Silk Cross makes more sense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I like the slow...
My reasoning was Swashbuckle is... when you say more mana efficient, it's just 5 more mana, I believe. and it also synergizes with Off Corrosion.
That's true. That is true. That's true. But at the same time, it's a skill shot that you don't have. If you were to play versus Draw Ranger, you know, that would make sense, because reaching and using Silk Grass might take a while versus a range hero, but versus melee hero, I just don't see it. Especially versus double melee hero, you know?
Yeah, I just felt like having Q would give me more damage overall.
If you were to go for the kill, it would make sense. But I think that if you slowly and steadily keep doing what you're doing, because in my opinion, like, he comebacked really well here on the 25 CS. If you were to do what you were doing and just keep doing the Silk Crashes and just using the wand and skill and just denying, at some point they would just crack, you know, because this poor guy, this Omni Knight, just keep regening, keep more regen, keep. Some point, I tell you that as support nowadays, he will just collapse. Team Spirit collapse. He will some point says, I'm gonna have enough. And do you see this? This is a desperation. This is, I'm bored of taking any more consumables. Time to, in his mind, and tell you that again as support, in his mind, he's done in this laning stage.
I can't take this anymore. I'm actually going batshit fucking crazy. Dude, please skill up your E. Please, just do it. It's a great spell.
No one buys boots unless the laning stage is over or unless they're bad. If they buy boots prematurely, then by the time they have this extra regen, they will be at they will be low health, so will not be able to contest. And once you're quite low, then you can push for the kill. Make sense? Okay. This guy, do you see? This guy has no regen. This guy has no regen. So right now, if you keep pushing a little bit more and deny more, they will either contest and die, or they will not contest in the first place.
So kind of just prioritize winning the war of attrition over trying to get something real done, like something.
I would just say in a lane that you will most likely not kill, slowly build it up. Slowly build it up. Like, okay, let me simplify that. Every time you go for a range creep, if it's about to get contested as Mars, you just rebuke. You do that because it's mana efficient. Get the creep, get the damage as well. Get a couple of right clicks right after the rebuke, right?
Yeah.
Do that 5 minutes. At some point, they will get out of money, right? At the same time, don't get harassed at the same time. You know, if for example you go for they go for a range creep and you know they have something like a Crystal Maiden Juggernaut, do not try to deny that. You will get punished. You know what I mean? Yes. It's the small things that will get you win the lane. Okay.
Yeah, I think that one made me take too much resources.
I think this is what I'm trying to say right now. Let's go back a little bit. This type of moves is a little bit bad habits. You try to, okay, they got us killed. Right now you feel pressure to make something happen. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't, honestly. Because as a hero versus PA in the mid game, you're actually kind of good, right?
That swashbuckle.
That was, that swashbuckle is like, if I'm any support, I would just be screaming, go now. Go now, like, go. He doesn't have anything. What he's gonna do, Silk Cross away? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because sometimes, you know, people get to chase a Pango. It's like, oh, he's gonna Silk Cross away. I'm like, okay, let him use that. This is not how you want to use Silk Cross or Buzzbuckle, disengage. Because I know that Pango is like a low hero mana pool, you know. He does have a lot of spells to use. So you just, if he uses defensively this type of spells, I shouldn't be the one that's gonna get frustrated. He should be the one. You know what I mean?
I do realize in the laning stage I buy a lot of regen. Maybe this is the reason why I keep going for unnecessary pressure.
I think the reason why you trade it sometimes really poorly is the reason why you lost 200, 300 gold. Which, you know, it's not a big of a deal. But this 200 gold, for example...
Absolutely perfect!
I think he missed the W, but...
Yeah, it was Tornado. At the same time, I think you should boulder here. When you see, I'm gonna give you an advice because I get to play Omni Knight a lot nowadays. When you see this guy coming over here, I'm just gonna show how much health he's gonna get. It's a lot. It's a lot of health, right? It's a lot of health. So you should just use boulder and he's just gonna die. But I think you just want to a quick kill, let's say. You know what I mean? All right, this is really good. This is really good. We discussed it later, but that wasn't recorded. So you TP bot, right? And you say, when do I create space? How do I create space? Here's a really good example. Can you take this tower? Catapult. Where is it? Hello? There you go. Catapult. And this exactly, I didn't even know that that was about to happen in the replay. You have the option to TP to the lane or to go for the direct impact, which like force a tower. You know, this is it.
I should have gone top.
I don't get to see the 100% outcome here. Maybe you kill them, maybe you don't kill them, but I get to see that you take tower here.
Yeah.
I get to see that, you know, catapult is coming, Hoodwin was nearby. I'm just gonna kill this Rubik. I'm just gonna use ulti because every single kill allows me to take the objective. If he's next to the objective, who's gonna defend it, right? And all of a sudden, you see that? This is exactly what I mean. You go bot, and then you are stuck there.
Nothing happens, yeah.
You're stuck there.
There wasn't a way to kill them.
You know what I mean? Maybe you could kill them.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't. In the long term run, statistically, in all your games, maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't work out. It's luck. Right? I don't want to say luck, like it's a big word, you know what I mean? But not every time you can get to see that. But
Yeah.
in going the tower, almost always you get to see the impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But of course, this excludes very extreme situations like them tower diving, right?
I mean, if they're freaking here, you can even
Yeah,
TP
of course.
as freaking anti-mage. You know what I mean? They're not getting out. Just get a Naga Siren, you can just react to that. I get that. But this is like, it's like what I tell the mid laners. Only gank with heroes that are not mobile, like Lena, like DP and stuff, you know? Only TP react if you know that if the moment they see the TP and they start running, you'll still be able to catch them. Then you can just TP, because then you can get to see the outcome.
Play Dota as you expand your mindset by being coached by Raza. You could be one of these players with their testimonies. Once again, visit dotarollercoaster.com to book a coaching session.